You one of the best hitters after me.
How can you not love Jose Ramirez? He's a 5 foot, I'll give him 5'9" short king, and he understands that even though Freddie Freeman is a monster, J-Ram, he's right there with him as one of the better hitters in all of baseball. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. If this is your first time on the channel, hello. We do this every single day, so don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. The Yankees are facing off against the Blue Jays in a division series. The number one prospect in all of Major League Baseball has been called up for the Tigers, and the Phillies blew a lead in the most Phillies way possible. A quick reminder, if you're going to any games, concerts, anything like that anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself 20 bucks off your entire order. Now, unfortunately, we have some breaking news. You guys probably saw it in the title somewhere. Anthony Rendon, one of the stars of baseball a few years ago, has kind of tailed off due to injury ever since he signed that fat contract with the Angels. He is out for the season again. I really hope that he heals up quick because, again, when he's healthy, he's one of the better offensive players in baseball. Well, I guess not for the Angels, but the man cannot catch a break, and neither can the Angels in terms of long-term contracts. So to add insult to injury, the freaking Mariners put the Halos in their place. Seattle absolutely bodied Michael Lorenzen, who went off on Major League Baseball after the game. He said that the baseballs are awful, but we'll make a video on that. They'll probably come out in the next few days because a lot of pitchers are complaining right now. So make sure you guys are subs so you do not miss that. But yeah, Lorenzen got beat up for 7 earned runs over 5 innings, and Taylor Trammell puts the finishing touches on a sad day in Anaheim. Sorry guys, you all deserve better. Well, actually, you made batting practice Ray look like Cy Young Robbie Ray all over again as he took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Good for Robbie Ray, though. 10 punchies in 7 innings, but yeah, the Angels, they've been pretty stinky the last few weeks. Also breaking, the Tigers are finally calling up their super prospect, Riley Greene. Last year, he had 57 extra base hits with 16 stolen bases and a 921 OPS in 124 games, and he hit 301, so he's not just a power all-or-nothing guy. He's quick, he plays fantastic defense. He would have been on the opening day roster if he hadn't essentially broken his foot. Now, the Detroit Tigers need this because, man, this team reeks. The Rangers jump out to an early 3-0 lead on doubles from Garcia and Heim. Might as well be a 200-0 lead with the way that the Tigers offense has been playing as of late. Nate Lowe played Seager, and Jonah Heim belts his 8th home run. He very quietly has 8 home runs, 25 RBIs, and a 120 OPS plus as a switch-hitting catcher. You can't find that all too often. John Gray was nasty again, striking out 6 over 7 shutout innings. I feel like Bryce Harper is scoring a ton lately because he's always on base, and if we look at the stats, oh yeah, he has a 391 on base percentage. In terms of getting on base, he is one of the best of my lifetime. Anyways, he and Schwarber get driven in on a Nick Castellanos 2-run double. Bohm extends the lead to 4-0 later in the 3rd. Philly ends up scoring 5, which is huge because Josh Bell turned into Babe Ruth himself last night. He hit his first of 3 home runs in this doubleheader. So yes, the Phillies take game number 1. Game number 2, this is where things get crazy. Josh Bell hits the 2nd of the day, but Matt Vierling and the Phillies answer right back to take a 3-1 lead, and it's gone. Not only the lead, that baseball is gone as well. Josh Bell has been an animal since the beginning of 2021. This year, he's basically hitting 300 with 11 home runs, 44 RBIs, and an insane 150 OPS plus. He might be used as trade bait. Harper got screwed on a ball 4 call, but he actually is grateful for that because, I mean, you can't do that to the 2-timer, and he understands that the ball does not lie, and he proves that by hitting a game-tying double late in the game, and Vierling smacks his 2nd of the day to give the Phillies a lead. There's the grounder to end it. Oh my God, never mind. So that error, of course, the Phillies would do something like that. With 2 outs, sends it to extras where JT Realmuto, luckily he saves the game. He does this thing on a 2-run 2-bagger. Jose Alvarado does allow that ghost runner to score, but the Phillies grab a sweep of the Nationals with an 8-7 victory in game number 2. The Phillies have won 4 in a row. The Braves, we have to talk about the Braves anytime we talk about Philly. They were taking on the Cubs, and man, this was a close one. Charlie Morton and Keegan Thompson both look like future Hall of Famers. They're obviously not going to be, but they each threw 6 shutout innings with a bunch of strikeouts. Keegan had 9 Ks on 2 hits, and Morton had 9 strikeouts over 7 innings. So the first to score off the pen is going to be the winner, and Chicago gets the AJ Minter. Christopher Morel lofts a sac fly, and Robertson seals it for his 8th save. So the Cubs end their 10-game losing streak, and at the same time, they end the Braves' 14-game winning streak. Atlanta is still 2.5 games ahead of the Phillies for 2nd, but they would make the playoffs if the season ended today because of the wild card. Moving over to another 1-0 game, let's see who comes out on top in this Rays-Orioles game. Dean Kramer was fantastic again, back-to-back gems, this time going 5 shutout against a very good Rays team. But shout out to Shane Baz, he was cooking in front of his entire family pretty much. 7 punch outs, 2 hits over 6 scoreless innings, so it's going to be a bullpen game. And yep, there it is. The rookie puts Baltimore out in front. Adley Rutschman has been a game changer for the Orioles. He's hitting .350 over the last 7 games with 5 extra base hits and 4 RBIs, and he's been great defensively. He's throwing out runners left and right. Jorge Lopez comes in for a 4-out save, and he strikes out every single hitter that is 10 on the season in terms of saves. Would you look at here, another game decided by 1 run. Nolan Arenado needed that home run because he has been bad lately. A .718 OPS over his last 24 games, but still being productive as he is driving in runs every so often. Trevor Story helps out the cause, and his pitcher Michael Wacha with a 2-run single, and Wacha dazzled again. 5 Ks, he lowers his ERA. 2.28 ERA. Boston gets a huge rally in the 7th as JBJ endeavors both single to make it 6-1. But then, that 6-1 lead is clutch because St. Louis went off for 4 unanswered runs, and Tanner Houck is able to lock it down for his 3rd save. Boston is only going to get better, in my opinion, as Chris Sale had his first rehab game, so he is nearing a return. The trend continues in terms of games won by a single run. The Brewers and the Reds were going at it. Hunter Renfroe muscles up for a 3-run home run. He is so big. That was in the 4th inning, and that is his 11th home run of the year. Willy Adames wants one as well. This one goes nearly 440 feet. The Reds ruin a fantastic start by Eric Lauer with 3 taters between the 5th and the 6th innings. So knowing it was a 1-run lead, who's going to be the hero? Keston Hiura? More like Keston Hero. I'm so sorry. He now has 6 home runs and 88 at-bats. Brad Boxberger, he's able to close it out, and the Brewers just barely get past the Cincinnati Reds. All right, the last 1-run victory from yesterday. The Guardians, my team, take on the Dodgers in LA. Cody B demolished this pitch, 423 feet. He is having a very weird season because he has 23 extra base hits and 24 RBIs and is playing sick defense, but he has an 87 OPS plus because he's not getting on base and taking walks. I'm still very much rooting for Cody Bellinger even when he's playing my team. Anyways, Cleveland finally gets to Kershaw in the 4th on a sac fly from Josh Naylor, and it stayed that way into extras because Zach Plesac and the bullpen, they really came up huge. Zach allowed 1 earned run over 6, and the bullpen worked out of a few jams. Ultimately, 2 sac flies do the Dodgers in, and De Los Santos earns his first save with the Cleveland Guardians, helping us get to a 5-game winning streak. So because I just showed the loss and the Dodgers haven't been playing the best, let me go ahead and roll this day in MLB history. 8 years ago today, Kershaw no-hit the Rockies.
Got it. He's done it.
I feel like that was just yesterday, but anyways, moving on, the Twins had a huge lead not too long ago in their division, but that has shrunk due to injuries and the Guardians playing very well. Let's see if they can keep that 2-game lead. And that's a negative, Ghost Rider. Luplow is Jesus himself versus left-handed pitchers, and that's not me being dramatic. In almost 400 career at-bats, he has a .905 OPS. He had another home run in the 3rd off a lefty, and my old teammate Jake Hager got on with the bunt single. They throw it. Okay. Carson Kelly gives Mad Bum a 6-2 lead, and Madison was somehow able to work around 9 hits and a walk to only allow 2 earned runs. Jake Hager later on had a RBI on his 3rd hit of the night, and the Vegas boys are the best. And if you don't believe me, we saw what Bryce Harper's been doing, and we all know I have another friend, and this one is on the Yankees, and man, this was flat out embarrassing for Toronto fans and players. Gleyber Torres had an RBI double, and Stanton makes this ball go boom, but so does DJ LeMahieu, as LeMahieu is trying to find that power stroke from years past, just like Gleyber Torres has done this year. But speaking of finding his old self, my friend Joey Gallo is trying to do much of the same. There's an RBI double, and Anthony Rizzo shoves it right in the Jays' face with this grand slam. That is 17 home runs, 47 RBIs, and a near 140 OPS plus. Joey, my friend, then smacks a 2-run missile for his 9th. He has a 1091 OPS over his last 9 games. The Yankees have won 8 in a row, and they're 48-16. Another blowout by a New York team. This one started with a bang. Francisco Lindor goes 440 feet for a 3-run dong, his 10th of the season. The Marlins left in Pablo Lopez a little bit too long, and the former ERA king to begin the season is falling off quite rapidly. The Mets tag him for 6 earned runs over 6, and Pete Alonso is trying to shatter the all-time RBI mark. He now has 19 home runs and 63 RBIs. I almost feel sad for him because he's not going to start over Paul Goldschmidt right now, but if he keeps this up, he's on pace for 154 RBIs, and his team is in first place. It's just that Goldie has been inhuman. Either way, the Mets are 43-23 and very solid all the way around. Oh my God. The Astros came to play yesterday. Bregman rips his 7th home run, but just like DJ LeMay, he was trying to find the power stroke from 2018-2019. Gurriel delivers with the home run of his own and buckling everyone. The 6th inning was a nightmare for the opposing team, the White Sox. Houston scored 10 runs in a single inning. Giolito has not been good this year. I think he has a 5 ERA or approaching a 5 ERA. A few base hits make it 6-3, and then there's the gut punch. A grand slam, the second of the day, at least in this recap. Michael Brantley with the slam, and then Alvarez pummels his 18th home run. He's hitting .316 with the 196 OPS plus at 24 years old. The league is in trouble, and oh yeah, there's 25-year-old Kyle Tucker with his 13th, upping his OPS plus to 146. Mackenzie Gore got his first taste at having a terrible start, a start to forget, if you will, as the Rockies torched him for 6 earned runs before the 4th even came to an end. Chuck Nasty had the RBI triple, and then Crone and Grichuk both went yard. Now, Kyle Freeland kind of imploded as well, but CJ said, not to worry, my dear friend. Here's 2 runs on this 486-foot mammoth home run. Blackman has another RBI later, and Crone picks up his 5th RBI of the night. I wonder if he's going to get moved because the guy has 45 doubles, 44 home runs, 144 RBIs over his last 200-ish games. The Rockies do have a young stud at first base. He's a prospect by the name of Michael Toglia, so could they move CJ at his peak? They might get a lot of prospects in return. San Francisco uses home runs from Luis Gonzalez and Jock Peterson to give Carlos Rodon a 2-run cushion, and Lord have mercy on the Pirates' souls. Rodon came for blood, throwing 8 shutout innings with 8 strikeouts, and then he hands the ball over to Camilo Doval, who quickly gets a 1-2-3 inning, and the Giants quietly are 7-3 in their last 10, and they gain a game after the Padres and the Dodgers both are handed L's yesterday. And last but not least, we have the great and noble battle of the 2 worst teams in baseball. Kansas City won easy. They get 2 on a Salvador double and Benny Bicep single, and then there's a bomb from Salvador Perez. Daniel Lynch wasn't awful for once. He allowed 1 earned run over 5 and had a whopping 10 strikeouts, so he was averaging 2 strikeouts an inning. Also, I just want to mention that Vegas is very much looking like the future destination of the Oakland A's. The owners have been to Vegas every single week the last month or 2, and they have been planning stadiums. They've been trying to see where the best placement is for traffic. So honestly, I think it's going to happen, and I'm super excited because vlogs will be insane if we have a team in our backyard. Well, everyone, that is going to do it for today's recap. I tried to go as quickly as I could and still be efficient. That was 16 games in under 20 minutes. I hope that you guys appreciate the hard work, and these guys did. We have super thanks shout outs from Michael. He wanted me to call out the Dodgers lineup. I'll do that after the Guardian series, but I very much appreciate your support. Jack White asked what the Mariners need to do to take that next step, and to me, it's simple. The guys that they were banking on preseason, they have to step up. We're talking about Jared Kelenic, we're talking about Matt Brash, we're talking about George Kirby, we're talking about Robbie Ray. Those guys need to perform better than what they've been doing. Brash and Kirby, they're rookies, so I get it, but Kelenic, I mean, he's got to show up and hit off speed when he gets called back up. But that does it for today's video, and before we show the web gems, I have another This Day in MLB History. I think 5 years ago today, Nolan Arenado hit a walk-off home run to complete the cycle. That's a crazy sentence.
High fly ball, deep left field. Way back. Oh, Rockies winner. How do you like that?
I didn't see it there. Hot shot right over the glove of Diaz. Rounding third and heading home. The throw, the play at the plate. He's out.
And wow, what a grab by Jimenez. He is an elite defender. The reaction time off the chart.
He won that hard and you're out. But that's good positioning. Top spun, line drive.
Isbell runs to the side wall and makes the catch. He looked down to see where he was.
Here, wind swirls out there just like it does in San Francisco. And look at that recovery.
Woody's got to go out there and go face to face.
Bouncer in the hole. Long throw. Not in time.
Here we go. After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
And this ball toward right center field. This is a long run for Daza. And that's a beautiful running catch by Daza. Notice he goes out.
Lined and caught by Tommy Edman. The top of the jump. See, difference maker. This defense.
11 counts on 5 pitches. or more. 3 became outs.
Great play by Fab. Better play by Eric Lauer, making the catch on that dart of a throw from Rowdy Tellez.
Yeah, damn, we done came far. The blessings soon pay off. I don't get a day off. Feel like the playoffs, they like, when y'all gonna take off? Dale got laid off, now we focused on trademarks. We just making hits after hits.